So here we go. We have the last of the mystery beers that I was given. We're trying to do like a YouTube kind of live thing, and it ended up failing. And I don't want to sit here and wait for things to get finished. So I figured I'd record with this horrible front forward camera on this old iPad Air. Let's give you the old school goodness. Yeah, I mean, if you look at that, it's the murkiness. You can actually see the reflections of me in the screen and me in the screen. It's pretty fantastic, actually. The bottle itself, bottle 11, look at that. It looks like, you know, Stranger Things or some shit. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, it's an old ale. It's in the vein of Thomas Hardy. It's in the vein of um, J.W. Lee's. It's in the vein of uh, all that shit. Old stock. All that fun stuff. Big, rich, caramelly, raisinetty kind of old aliness. It smells like it has age on it. It could have a little bit of barrel on it. I don't actually know. But it's rich. Ooh, there's something going on there, actually. I don't actually, I can't really pinpoint, but it's pretty interesting, to be perfectly honest with you. So, it's like a banana thing almost. Like, I think that might be like a little bit of age thing, but yeah, you're talking about an old beer. Now, by looking at this bottle, I don't think it's super old because it doesn't have the merc ring on it. Usually, a lot of times when you have a beer that's aged super old, you end up with a, kind of like a discolored ring kind of floating around the edge of it. It doesn't really have that. So I think it's a newer beer. It's just delicious. Delicious old. It smells like an old ale. It's not a barley wine. It could be a barley wine because barley wines and old ales are like interchangeable, but in a certain sense. But it smells like somebody that made a barley wine, but wants to call it an old ale. Let's put it that way. And I think it's actually, since it's so new, I think it hit a spirit barrel. If it didn't hit a spirit barrel, then I think it would be super old. So I think it's a newer beer that's an old ale vein and hit a spirit barrel. Let's see what we have. Okay, and you know, I've actually had this beer before. It's a Gigantic Brewing's Massive. I actually picked it up just because it said Massive, which is the same reason the person gave it to me probably fucking picked it up. It's Bourbon Barrel Aged Barley Wine Ale 2017. So yeah, I reviewed this about a year and a half, 2 years ago. It says on the back here, it says Massive. It's an in making Massive Bourbon Barrel Age. We used only British Golden Promise malt and boiled for 8 hours, giving the beer a deep red ruby color and a rich malt flavor. We then put Massive in bourbon barrels for almost 2 years. So there you go. There's that age for you. Enjoy the richness and intensity now or for years to come. So yeah, I mean it's more old ale than it is. I mean, I even talk about putting like English old ale kind of ingredients in it. It's more old ale than anything else, and it hit a spirit barrel, which actually gave it some age, and it kind of hits those notes. Yeah, that's the good stuff. I kind of wanted to fucking open it before I even actually tasted it, only because I knew exactly what fucking beer it is. This is Thomas Hardy. This is old stock. Is those beers. I've had this beer my whole life. This is the beer I love. There's a reason why Chris Gate put it at the end, because I think he understands what I love, and I didn't have to fucking taste it. I didn't, honestly, because I know exactly what this is. It's dates, it's figs, it's fucking raisinettiness, it's raisinets. You're basically drinking raisinets at this point, which is not a fucking bad thing. And this is, honestly, in my eyes, a fucking fantastic beer because it tastes like this, but it's new. And there's a couple things you can't fake in beer. And the biggest thing is age. When you drink a beer like this, you actually get a little bit fucking weirded out because this tastes kind of old. Not necessarily in a wet papery kind of old, kind of musty kind of way, but it has that kind of that rich, deep, kind of cohesive, rounded edge, kind of raisinettiness, fucking awesomeness that you want in beers. And it's a 2017 version, so you're getting all that oldness, but in a newer beer. That is fucking crazy. So yeah, this is my beer. This is my beer. This is like I went to this whole kind of live YouTube thing which failed, so I now had to record it on this crappy fucking camera facing in from my iPad. I had to do this, but this is me. This is me in a beer. This is what I love in a beer. This is my quintessential beer. This is the beers that I love. So like it was a weird thing because I didn't want to do it because I wanted to do it justice. The second I smelled it, I was like, okay, I know exactly what the fuck I'm drinking. You know what I mean? I don't know who made it, but I know what the fuck I'm drinking because this is like, putting a fucking football or a fucking soccer ball or basketball in front of fucking whoever. This is my shit. So this is my jam. This is awesome. This is not a mystery beer at this point. This is a good beer at this point. So what do we have? We have one of the better old English old ale barley wine style beers that I've had as of late. It's fantastic. It's delicious. I will chug this to no end and beat people up for it. Fuck you, motherfucker. Give it to me. That's what I want. And what else? Value and availability. How much did it cost?
$11.99. I don't know.
$11.99.
Maybe.
Winner. Buy it all. Buy it all and keep it and hoard it and drink it and I boofed this shit because it's delicious. And what else? I'll leave you with if you like what we like this. If you like beer. If you don't like this, then go fuck yourself. Because honestly, it's just delicious. And I understand if people don't like these flavors, but if you don't like these flavors, it's not a matter of you being kind of like, oh, this is not good beer. No, you just don't understand it. So there you go. A little bit of end of the road mystery beer reviews in the books with a little old ale fucking deliciousness. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully you enjoyed watching me chug this delicious beer, and hopefully see you next time. Cheers.